So this is a bit of a kind of birthday, kind of post-Christmas sale little art haul. So to begin with, let's begin with the thing that's actually a birthday present. Kaweco is a fountain pen company based in Germany, and I've been admiring their fountain pens for a while. So my husband actually asking me what I wanted for my birthday. I said this, and I picked it out. Got a clip for it. These don't come with clips, but I thought when it's in my sketchbook or in my travel carrier that I might want to have that. And it just screws out. You put like that, and there's your pen. And it writes really, really finely. This is, like I said, the fine tip, but you can get others. So there's the tip of it. And I also got some different inks. There's a gray, the black, and caramel brown. So I thought that might be nice to have different inks for that. And I also got the converter for it so that I can draw fountain ink from like other manufacturers. Don't use non-fountain pen ink or it will muck up the nib of your pen. So that was from Blesket in Canada, but you can order them around the world. And so the post-sale items are these. Aboveground in Toronto had a sale on the Ecoline Pens. I have one black one already, but this is the gray set. And I also got, they have open stock too, so I also got the, is it sepia? Yeah, sepia. So, and that's the brush nib on that. Maybe I'll swatch those out too. I like how they put now who packed it. So that was nice. That arrived yesterday. And some of you are dedicated Irish watercolor paper people. I'm on the fence about them. It's very, very good quality paper made in France. It's 100% cotton. This is the 140 cold press. And I like it, but sometimes the textures just, I don't know, I was doing one recently where the watercolor bled too much, and so I keep coming back to it. Like I said, it's really good quality. It will last, your painting will last a long time, but there are some other papers like Jackson's own watercolor paper that I've been using as well. But I need 8x10 because I've been doing a lot of house portraits that people want in the 8x10 size. So that's that. And so just, I like working with blocks rather than pads because then everything is stretched, and so you don't get the wavy paper. So this is just a cover. Don't panic if you see the black. It's actually white paper. This is just to keep it clean, and you'll see right there. And so it's bound on almost completely on 4 sides. This allows you to take it off the block when you're finished. So that's good to have. I'm just running low. These other things are things that I bought before Christmas. It's just taking a long time for them to get here. This is Jackson's. These were not on sale. but one of my Christmas presents was the 90s, or the 76, the 76 Caran Luminance pencil set, and they have an extra 24 pencils that they came out with not too long ago, and so that's not part of the 76 set. So I've just been slowly, as you'll see in another video, I've been slowly collecting the missing ones because they are not cheap, but they are very good. I also got a couple of, I have a 36 set of Derwent Light Fast, which are amazing too. So I got a couple of those as well. So nicely packed as usual. Everything should be fine. And so if you see my other videos, you see that I keep a swatch binder, and so this is the Light Fast. There's 36 set there, and here's some more open stock that I got, and just sort them. So they look very like the Luminance. The only difference is Luminance has white writing, so you can easily tell, but they both have the color, well, the best representation of the color that it produces on the ends. And they're both incredibly light fast, as the Derwent name implies. Yeah. So I got 4 of the Light Fast. This is a deep rose. It's almost like a purpley color. I got Prussian orange because I found I don't have a lot of oranges. This is more of an earthy orange though. Merlot. That's very similar to one of the Luminance pencils that sort of leans towards brown. And foliage, because you can't have enough greens. So those are the 4 that I got. And quite pleased with those. They fill in the blanks for colors that I don't have. And so Luminance, this is the 76 set. And like I said, I've been adding to it slowly. And here's, so it says on the ends what the color is. And this is Indian Yellow. This almost has another color in it. It's not as smooth as other Luminance pencils, and that's what you find with the Luminance ones. Some are kind of gritty, some are softer. This is Middle Verdigris. So, oh, that's really, really, really nice color. Yeah, I'm super pleased with that one. And this is Dark Flesh 5%. And right here. That's a really, really nice skin tone. Let's look for the other one. This one is Dark Flesh 40%. Right here. a little bit more brown than this one. This one is a little bit pinker, I would say. And this would be the Hibiscus Pink. And that's a nice sort of dusty rose color. Yeah, I really like that. Now this paper is cheap watercolor paper, so that's why you're seeing the bits of white. It actually is a very smooth pencil. And then we have the Anthroconone Carmine. I love this intense red. So that's good. There's only the Indian yellow that's kind of, let's try it on. Let's try it on regular paper. And it still has flecks of color in it that I don't understand. You know, you can see that on the phone. It's just a really odd thing. There's just like little flecks of almost a red in it. It's like the pigments have separated. So anyways, maybe give it a sharpen and see if that changes things. So that's the pencils to add. The other thing is also from Jackson's, and I ordered these a long time ago. Not Jackson's fault, it's just the way things are right now with COVID and shipping. Always nicely packed with things that you can recycle. So some of these should be pigment. I did get a shipment of some of Jackson's own pigment recently. And so far I love it. So these are not the pigment, but they're the Ecoline watercolor inks, and I have a couple of these. They're really, really nice to use. I'll swatch this out in a minute. And this is the, I think it's Mahogany. Yeah. Yeah, Mahogany. I think it was, I'll have to look it up, but one of people that I follow on YouTube recommended these two colors, so I will find that out and I'll put it in the description. This is the pigment. So I make my own watercolor. I'll put a link to that in the description. And I tried Jackson's own pigment for the first time with the Vermilion and the Cobalt Turquoise, and I just absolutely love those colors. And it was really easy to work with. So I got Mars Orange for my next one, and a French Burnt Sienna, and that is PR102, and this one is PY42 and PR101. So I look forward to mixing those up. these are little sample size. I wanted to try one as a sample size because it's actually not cheap to get. It's the Ultramarine Pink. This is PR259. So I wanted to try it first before getting a larger size and see if there's any interest in this color. So I'll see about that. And the Potter's Pink I really wanted. They just didn't have the larger size. So this one is PR233. So I'm really looking forward to making my own Potter's Pink because I have I think I have the Schminke Potter's Pink and the Winsor Newton Potter's Pink, and they're both very nice, but I'd like to try my own. And then finally, some watercolor pans. Now I love the Roman small watercolors. I have a few of these. This one's Green Earth. It is PG23, not surprisingly. And I love their greens. I have 2 of their greens right now. So I wanted to add some more to the collection because I do use a lot. And this one is the, well, it's PW661. And it is, where is it? Buff Titanium. That's right. Yeah, I remember. I do use a lot of that. I use the Buff Titanium in the Daniel Smith line. So I wanted a little bit bigger pan when I'm working larger. And then I haven't tried Jackson's Own watercolors yet. So I got the Permanent Magenta in the full pan. This is PV19. I also make my own colors very close to this with the same PV19. So I wanted to try it in comparison. And I also make Prussian Blue, and so I wanted to try the Jackson's one in comparison and see if maybe they would be another source for buying the pigments. And this is the French Vermilion, which is also the same pigment that I got, I think. This is PR242. So all the details about light fatness and opaqueness is on there. So we'll see what those are like. And let's get swatching a few things. So back to the swatch book. Let's get a water brush to use. And we'll do the Buff Titanium first. So it's not that different from the Daniel Smith. The Daniel Smith's just a little bit creamier, but very, very close. And it went on really nicely. And then the green, these are my 2 favorite greens. Really, of any of the watercolors I have, I think they're in the top. And Green Earth or Terre Verte are usually quite transparent and difficult to get going. But this one's not so bad. It's a really, really nice green. And so those are the 2 Roman smalls. Let that dry a little bit. And then we'll move on to, we'll put the Jackson's one as other. And so this is the magenta, the permanent magenta. Now it's fallen out of its full pen here. If you just put a little bit of water in, sometimes that'll stick it back into place. Failing that, you can put a little bit of wax. It's a nice bright magenta, and it is very like the one that I've made. Let's see if I can find my own. Yeah. So that's my version of it there. Quinacridone Violet, and that's the Jackson's one, although it's still drying, so can't really compare it too closely just yet. This is the Prussian Blue. Just make sure I get all the magenta out of this brush. And that's really nice intense blue. And again, not too different from my Prussian Blue. And this is the French Vermilion. Oops. Cleaned off. And this is very close to the Vermilion that I made recently. It's not in the swatch book yet because they're still drying. Using Jackson's own pigment. And again, these are kind of loose in their pans, so I'll just add a little bit of water and see if that sets it back in. Same. Oh, that's pretty stuck. So that's good. And so let's see. Put this side dry. And I'll just use this paper to test these Ecoline. So this is the just gray. And they have a kind of funky little pipette. So I'm just going to brush that out. And it's a kind of purplish gray. It's not, it's very transparent, which is the difference between the watercolor inks and the acrylic inks, which are a little bit more opaque. Yeah, I really like that gray, and we'll see how they match up with the pens as well. And this is the Mahogany. This is a very intense color. And that's an incredible color. Very nice. And so let's get these Ecoline pens going. So There's one blender pen in with the set. The black ink is kind of self-explanatory, and I already have that one. This is deep gray, and this is cold gray, and this is sepia deep. This is just sepia, and indigo, warm gray light, just gray, so that should match up with that one. And this is cold gray light. So let's test those out. Let's start with the gray. There's just a little hint of purple in that. So I like these because they do blend out really nicely, out looking streaky. So that's kind of close to the liquid form of it. So that's the gray. This is the cold gray light. And look how that color's dried. It's really nice. This is a very light gray. Just have a little look at it there. This is the warm gray light. As well as having a lot of greens in all my colors, I also have a lot of grays. And it's just really because of what I do. So that's a really light gray. This is the warm gray. You do pick up a lot of pigment from it. And indigo, that's really nice. More like a denim color. It's a little bit of a technical glitch there. So let's continue. There's the indigo. This is the open stock sepia that I got. It's almost like an ochre color than sepia, but I like it. And this is sepia deep. That's definitely more of a brown. That's kind of like a golden color. And the cat wants up. Again, there's too much water coming out of this brush. That gives you an idea of how you can pull the pigment from it. And last one, this is cold gray. It's just a little bit darker than the regular gray. And this is deep gray. I can see a little bit of purple in that right off the bat. Yep. I'm just gonna blend this out to get rid of that pen application, but does have a lot of pigment, so you are able to really take a lot out of it. So that is a set of gray brush pens. There's 10 of them in there with the blender. I think I will be using them a lot in my artwork. And I really, really love this mahogany color. It's dried really, really nicely. So yeah, that's about it for this little kind of birthday haul. Kind of been in the postal service for quite a while haul, and yeah, so I will not be purchasing any more art supplies for quite a bit and get to work on using these. Thanks very much.